We have chosen Agent Ali Production, which is a WoW animation company. The company established in early 2013. The founder is Usama Zaid bin Yassin, which is the founding member of Lecopa, as known as the creator of OpenIP. After 8 years working there, they felt that the company was not going towards the direction which was hoping for. So they decided to leave and carve their own path to achieve their company objective. WoW animation is like a wow in a wow factor. It's representing the kite that reflects Malaysia and Islamic factor. Plus, it's considered as a toy that meant to be fun and entertaining. Agent Ali is a story about a loser kid who one day he stumbles upon a mystery device that belongs to espionage agency. Then he accidentally stuck on the device, so he became an agent. This animation have a lot of intelligence and humor part that suit internationally for the upcoming generation. There are 4 pillars of espionage, which is Intel Agent, Combat Agent, Tech Agent, and Stealth Agent. Intel Agent who are doing intelligence collection and the one who plan the mission. Combat Agent is basically the big ones who bash up people. The Tech Agent is a hackers, the one who handle all the intricate gadgets. And the Stealth Agent is the one who go undercover and carried out recon missions. Their target are kids and youngsters because the series is focused more to motivating people and not a violent series. This animated series have a good moral values for them and the parents won't be worried with a bad influence. There are 8,000 plus subscribers in YouTube channel called the WoW Factory. They are also targeting internationally like Singapore, Brunei and Indonesia. Indonesian people said that they interested in Agent Ali animation that have been proved in the article because of their interests are much equal to Malaysian culture which can adopt the other country culture easily. Agent Ali Production received MSc3 development grant from the government to develop the production, so they spent 8 months to improve more in their production. They also signed a contract with Primeworks, the content subsidiary of Media Prima, to be the first co-produced animation with them. After the animation series success, they introduced the official mobile games of the Agent Ali animation of WoW Animation and Primeworks Studio. Developed by Media Prima Digital, which is Agent Ali Emergency, this game had proven to be the winner in mobile space with Agent Ali Mata Training Academy and Agent Ali Emergency mobile games application, clinching 4 gold and 2 bronze awards of Regional Mob X Award 2017. Ideology is a set of aims and ideas that directs one's goals, expectations, and actions. It can be thought as a comprehensive vision, as a way of looking at things. Pancasila as an ideology as a state ideals, or the ideas that became the basis of the theory or system of a state for all peoples and nations of Indonesia, as well as life goal Indonesia based on TAP, MPR XVIII, MPR 1998 of MPR revocation of P4, emphasized that Pancasila is a foundation of Republic of Indonesia which have carried out consistently in the life of nation and state. According to the research, the values contained in the ideology of Pancasila as an ideology is open are as follows. First, the basic value, that is the essence of the 5 precepts of Pancasila. Second, the instrumental value, which is the direction, policy, strategy, goals, and the implementation agency. And the last one, practical value, which is a realization of instrumental values in a realization that is a real practice in everyday life in the community, nation and state. On 1 June 1945, Sukarno speech without notes on the formulation of Pancasila as the basic state. On 17 August 1945, Indonesia proclaimed independence. And the next day, 18 August 1945, Indonesia declared, including the 1945 opening statement in which there are basic principle 5 state of the Pancasila as named. Since then, Pancasila became common. Formulation of Pancasila is a legitimate and constitutional right as the basic of the state of RIPPKI passed by the representative of the people of Indonesia. Pancasila shape is hierarchical and also pyramid. There are 5 principles according to the Jakarta Charter, adopted on 22 June 1945. First is belief in the Islamic obligation to run a followers. Second is humanity is just and civilized. The third, unity of Indonesia. And the fourth, democracy guided by the wisdom and deliberation amongst representatives. And last, social justice for all people of Indonesia. There are 3 dimensions that all politic actors must follow. The first one, dimensional reality, meaning that the basic value that existed at that ideology reflects the reality of life in the society in which ideology it appears for the first time. Second, dimensions of idealism, which means that the quality of the ideology contains in the basic value that can give hope to various groups and communities about a better future. Third, the dimensions of flexibility, meaning that the ideology ability to influence and adapt to a development society. Indonesians have been influenced by Indian, Chinese, Arabic and European cultures that creating a unique blend of Eastern and Western traditions. Traditional forms of entertainment unique to Indonesia includes the wayang shadow puppets and the playing of the angklung, a bamboo musical instrument from West Java. Indonesia known as the world's largest Muslim country in the world and other main religion as well as more traditional animism belief system. Their main religion is Islam, Christianity, Hinduism and Buddhism. They also adapt other culture and respect their beliefs such as Malaysia which contain 3 religions. The kids cannot attract with animated series because they only have traditional entertainment such as wayang and angklung. They also use Bahasa Indonesia as their official language in their country which assimilates with a Malay language. Indonesia is generally controlled by the Ministry of National Education and it has 5 stages of education. The first stage is primary education start with 6 years old kids in primary school and 3 years in junior high school, all compulsory. Most of the elementary school is controlled by the governments of Indonesia. The second stage is middle education, which is junior high school offers a bridge between the gentler phase of the elementary phase and the challenging of senior high school that may follow. It also assists educators to determine and possible future direction for their students. The third stage is the secondary education. There are 2 different kinds of Indonesian high school providing 2 streams of education for those who choose to optionally enroll. And the fourth stage is vocational education. Vocational training is mainly provided by private training college and initiative by donor countries. The 5th stage is the tertiary education where they have 4 kinds of tertiary education institutions in Indonesia. It's called polytechnics, academic institutes and universities. Agent Ali animated series is mainly focused on a good habit that the kids should have in their growing stage, so parents should not be worried about the kids will be influenced in the wrong way. Property rights are generally respected, but enforcement is inefficient and uneven, and the registration of real estate can be difficult. Independence of the judiciary has been shown in some cases, but the court system is plagued by the corruption and other flaws. Global Competitiveness Index of the World Economic Forum reported that the effort of anti-corruption, however, to pay, with Indonesia to improve almost all measures related to corruption and ethics. Individual income tax rate is 30% and the top corporate tax rate is 25%. Other taxes including value-added tax and property tax, the overall tax burden equivalents to 10.9% of total state revenue. Government spending has amounted to 18.4% of total output (GDP) in the last 3 years, and the budget deficit has averaged 2.3% of GDP. Public debt was equivalent to 27.3% of GDP. Indonesia's overall regulatory environment has improved over the years, but more commitment to reform is the need to increase private investment and increase employment opportunities. The IMF praised Indonesia's in 2016 were very successful reform fuel subsidies serve as a model for other countries. Government energy subsidies currently provide only to the poorest consumers. In Indonesia, the Consumer Price Index is based on a survey conducted in 66 cities. Indicator consists of 774 commodities are classified into 7 main groups. Housing, water, electricity, gas and fuel is 25% of the total weight. Food goods 90.5% and transportation. Communication and financial services is 19%. Providing food, beverage, cigarettes, and tobacco account for 60.5% of the total weight. Education, recreational, and sport for the account 8%, clothes for 7%, and medical care for the remaining 4.5%. In Indonesia, the Consumer Price Index is based on a survey conducted in 66 cities. Indicator consists of 774 commodities are classified into 7 main groups. Housing, water, electricity, gas and fuel is 25% of the total weight. Food goods 90.5% and transportation. Communication and financial services is 19%. Providing food, beverage, cigarettes, and tobacco account for 60.5% of the total weight. Education, recreational, and sport for the account 8%, clothes for 7%, and medical care for the remaining 4.5%. From the analysis that we have done, Agent Ali can be marketed in Indonesia country. The market strategy that can be used is foreign direct investment strategy. Foreign direct investment is an investment made by a company or individual in one country in business interests in another country, in the form of either establishing business operations or acquiring business assets in the other country, such as ownership or controlling interest in foreign company. Foreign direct investment are distinguished from portfolio investment in which the investors merely purchases equities of foreign-based companies. The key features of foreign direct investment is that it is an investment made by established either effective control of or at least substantial influence over the decision-making of the foreign business. The type of FDI that can be used to invest in Indonesia country is horizontal. A horizontal direct investment refers to the investor establishing the same type of business operation in a foreign country as it operates in the home country. Their culture is also have mixed like Malaysian country plus their language, Bahasa Indonesia. It's almost similar to Bahasa Melayu, so they will easily understand Malaysian animation. By this, Agent Ali can be broadcasting in Indonesia with a small change. This product need to change a little bit because Malay culture are almost the same in the Indonesian culture.